Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be talking about something that took me way too long to learn, and that would be how to set boundaries without feeling guilty. Because if you're anything like me, you're probably spent a lot of your life putting other people's feelings before your own, other people's needs before your own. You say yes when you want to say no, you answer calls when you're too exhausted, you keep giving people chances because you don't want to hurt their feelings. And somehow every time you try to protect your peace, you end up being the bad guy. So let's talk about it. So after I did some reflecting, I realized that most of us were taught that being a good person always means being available, always helping, always forgiving, always understanding people. But nobody teaches us that constantly sacrificing ourselves isn't kindness, it's self-abandonment. Is that how you say that? But yeah, for a long time I thought setting boundaries meant I was mean. I always felt bad, oh, I'm so sorry that I can't come to work even though I've already worked basically overtime, oh, I feel bad about it. If I didn't answer right away, I always felt guilty. If I said no to something, I felt guilty. If I choose myself over someone else's expectations, I feel guilty. And eventually I started asking myself, why do I feel guilty for taking care of myself? Why? Really, why? The truth is that boundaries doesn't hurt healthy relationships if you have a healthy relationship. They reveal unhealthy ones. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. They reveal unhealthy ones. So that's what boundaries do. And the people that generally care about you might not always love your boundaries, but in the end they will end up respecting them. And that's just the truth. Okay? The people who only benefit from you having no boundaries are usually the ones who get upset when you finally create them. Why are you just now creating these boundaries? Come on now. But you can. And that's a hard lesson to learn. So yeah. So something personally that I learned would be that guilt doesn't always mean that you're necessarily doing something wrong. Sometimes guilt means that you're doing something different. And if you spent years trying to be a people pleaser like me and be the peacemaker, then of course the boundaries that you're going to be setting is going to feel uncomfortable at first. But you're breaking a pattern, you're teaching people that your time matters too, your energy matters, your feelings matters, and that's not selfish, that is healthy. So yeah, setting boundaries can look like, I'm not available today, I can't help with that right now, that comment made me feel uncomfortable, I need space, saying no, and the hardest part, not explaining yourself for 20 minutes after you said no or whatever you said. Because a lot of us think that we need a perfect reason for every single boundary that we set, but I don't want to. That is a reason itself. It just is, okay? That is a reason. Saying you're tired, that is a reason. I need to protect my peace, that is a reason too. You don't need a court case just to justify taking care of yourself. And I also want to say one of the biggest mindset shifts for me was realizing that every time I said yes to something that I was uncomfortable with or whatever, what I didn't want to do, I was necessarily saying no to myself. I was saying no to my peace, no to my happiness, no to my rest, and eventually those little sacrifices, they do add up because you become exhaustful, resentful, burned out. Not because you're a bad person, because you're carrying responsibilities that were never yours to begin with. So I guess the main point of this video would be if you're struggling setting boundaries right now, I want you to remember this. You're allowed to protect your peace. You're allowed to say no. You're allowed to choose yourself. And the people who truly care about you won't stop loving you because you finally decided to respect yourself. Boundaries aren't always walls that keep people out, okay? There are doors that teach people how to treat you. Is that cringy? Maybe, but I'm low-key spitting. And that's something I still learn every single day, okay? I still struggle with saying no and telling people that I don't want to do it. I just do. And something that maybe we all need to work on. So yeah. And that's it for today. So yeah, like and subscribe please, because I have an announcement to make. I officially have 18 subscribers, y'all. So anyways, I need to go. Bye.